If it's the last time, yeah. 나를 찾아왔던 밤이 끝이라면, yeah. 가만히 서야 광별을 하나 둘셋, yeah. 붙잡을 수 없어도.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen. If you are new to me, today I'm doing a Korean inspired makeup look using all American products. I think this is going to be a really interesting video because I'm using first impression products, like products I've never touched before. So let's see if this works out or not, you know. Jumping right into it, I'm going to start prepping and priming my face with this really pretty primer by Flesh. It looks so pretty. Like the aesthetic of this bottle is crazy. I'm about it. I want my YouTube channel to look like this. I want my room to look like this. So judging from the texture, it seems to be pretty nice and juicy. So this is a moisturizing primer. I'm gonna apply that all over my face. And this is good for someone like me because I have dry skin. This actually feels like a serum. And it feels like this would be skincare. It smooths out my skin and moisturizes it, which I really appreciate. That's what I look for in a primer. But if you're more oily prone, I'm not sure if this is the type of texture, but for a normal to dry skin girl, this is, I love it. Next, I have foundation. These are foundation sticks by Flesh Beauty. I was putting, which is number 10, it matched my skin tone perfectly, but I wanted to give my skin just a little bit of a brightening effect. So I'm going to try mixing custard number 8 and vanilla number 6 and just kind of targeting at different areas of my face. I remember these guys being $18 and you don't get too much product out of this. Like that's $18, you guys. But gotta remember that this is a more high-end product. It's not drugstore anymore. However, it is owned by the same people that started Revlon. They're the Elevated brand. This kind of consistency is reminding me of Hourglass's foundation sticks, but I wouldn't know until I blend it out. I also have a nasty pimple situation going on. It's bad. It hurts. I'm gonna use a damp blender. This is from Sonia Keshek at Target. Okay, first impression is that it blends really well into my skin. I don't see any dry patches. It's quite creamy, but you can't really go wrong with blending with a beauty blender, I feel. I like it. I really like it.
How does it feel?
It feels like I have nothing on my skin. It's really lightweight. And I think it has a good amount of coverage. My cheeks tend to have a little bit of redness, and it's managed to cover it all up. I also have a little bit of sunspots and freckles there. I mean, granted they're really light, but there are some sheer foundations that just don't cover it up. This is one of those products, even though you pay $18 for it, I do see that it's doing something. And the finish of it is really, really nice. I enjoy it. And I think what's important to me when it comes to skin products is that I want it to look like my skin. I don't want it to look like I have foundation on. They have, I believe, 40 shade ranges. They actually are one of the few foundation companies where I feel like it's not too yellow or it's not too pink. It actually matches my skin perfectly. Now I'm gonna brighten up my face just a little bit more, like I said earlier. And then this is number 6 vanilla. It does look a little bit pink. So this is custard number 8 and this is vanilla number 6. I don't know if you guys can see if its camera's picking up the pink, but this is definitely pinker than this shade. This is where I need just a little bit more coverage and brightening. Is this too pink? Well, I wouldn't say it's too pink. In fact, I think it does the trick of the brightening effect. I'm picking up that when you layer, like build up this product, it does look a little bit cakier. It doesn't blend as nicely as the first layer. The first layer was perfect, it was seamless. Not very good for layering, at least with my own experience, but the first layer, the coverage is immaculate. Now it's time for a concealer. I'm gonna wanna conceal this guy because it's, what should we name this red pimple to? They're like friends, best friends next to each other.
Trippy red.
Trippy red. Flesh Beauty has concealers that look like this. There are 2 sides. This is the cover and correct. It's a twisting mechanism. Come on. Oh my god. This is more yellow And this on this side is definitely a little bit pinker. When I used the color correcting kit or CoverGirl in my last video, cover this bad boy right up. It's not doing anything. Yep, it's not doing anything. Okay, at least the correction side is not doing anything for me, but let's see if the cover concealing side is. This is disgusting. Like, I'm literally putting makeup on my dry, healing pimples. I think it's making it worse. And I don't even want to say it's a product's fault. I think it's just like my pimples that gross right now. Let's try this under the eyes, you know? You know, my first impression though, as I'm putting this on, is that this is way too pink and it's a little bit dark, but this is their number 2 concealer. They didn't send me number 1. Yep, this is way too yellow. I think when you blend it out, you can't tell. It's just not brightening my under eyes. I mean, though, when I'm blending it out, it's really not doing really anything for my under eyes. It's made them a little bit redder because the colors don't really match. It's not sitting really well on my skin. Honestly, I don't like it. It's not my favorite product. I think they got their foundation down, but I don't know. I just feel that the product is a little bit too watery for it to have enough coverage. So I'm actually gonna go back to the foundation stick and the lighter one and just place it under my eyes because at least this is the right color. And I think because it's creamy, it's giving me the right amount of coverage. Ooh, you know what? These foundation sticks can be used as concealer because they're really good. Like, these are great travel sizes. You know, you can just pop in your bag. You guys, these are really interesting. These are the Flesh Flip Book and they're 100 sheets. You can take the bronzer sheets down here, blush sheets, and then you get highlighting sheets up here in the front. So I've never tried anything like this. I've never used a bronzing sheet before. My first impression right now is that the bronzer is a little bit too orange for my liking. Take one out and just give this a go. How do I wrap my fingers? Okay, like this. Bronzer right here. Wow, blend it with my fingers. This is so interesting, but I don't know if I love this either. This is, I think, really good if you're on the go, on the airplane or something. This is gonna be a stretch, but I'm gonna try to contour my nose with this sheet. How's that gonna go? I don't know, man. I feel like I just kind of put something super orange in the middle of my face. I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. Salvaged, saved, but I'm not gonna do that to the other side of my nose. Like, I'm not gonna play myself like that. I'm just gonna go to my regular play stick and do what I normally do. Blending it out with this nose contouring brush. It's time to powder my face. I'm gonna be using the It Bye Bye Pores press powder. I didn't see a powder from Flesh Beauty, so I'm just gonna take this translucent powder and lightly just pat the areas that need a little bit of mattifying underneath my eyes. I'm not gonna lie, I think my skin looks really nice, and I am obsessed with these sticks right now. These foundation sticks are everything. This is my favorite part of my makeup routine, to be honest, and it's blush. Today, I'm gonna be using the Lemonade palette from Kristen Dominique. So you can find them at Sephora now, which is so exciting. Where's the blush color, Karen? Because I don't see it. Today, I'm using this yellow shade called Mango. Just lightly tap it because look how pigmented, like every single color in this palette. It's so buttery, it's so smooth. I'm gonna tap this product right underneath my eyes and only towards the center. Yellow blush is such a fad, such a trend in Korea right now, so I wanted to give it a try. The next shade I'm gonna use is from Flesh Beauty. This is the color Hug, and it looks like this. I'm focusing it only towards the center of my cheeks and then slowly pushing it outwards towards my cheekbone, but really just tapping it right beneath the yellow. So now your blush has a nice yellow to peachy gradient. I'm loving how this is turning out right now. And then taking back this yellow shade, I'm gonna dust it to the bridge of my nose. Now I'm taking this nude shade called Nudie from the Too Faced Natural Love palette. I like the shade a lot because it's a really neutral transition shade without any brown or orange undertone. So this is a shade that has a really strong orange undertone, and this is Nudie. So taking Nudie to my crease into this like kind of V shape, bringing it in a swiping motion. And then the edge, I'm just gonna take the brush and lightly feather it out in this circular motion. I wouldn't move the brush too wide out because I do want to keep everything pretty close to right to this area. Okay, now from the Flesh palette, I'm using this shade right here. It's really dark and it's a really, really rich matte brown shade. So what I'm gonna do with this shade is kind of give my eyes a little bit of dimension now. I'm starting off as close to my lash line as possible first, flicking it upwards like I'm drawing an imaginary wing. This is really to give the illusion that my eyes have a sharper flick to it. Go ahead doing it to the other side. Then with the same shade, I'm going to take the same brush and take it down to my lower lash line. So the point of this makeup is really, really subtle enhancements. I think with Korean makeup, it's not all about how great and loud the pigment is, but really more about how you're subtly enhancing your natural features to make it look like you really don't have that much makeup on. It's like creating an illusion. Now taking this really dark brown shade, it's a really, really rich chocolate brown shade. I'm gonna take the brush from the kit, and I'm just gonna apply it to the inner corner of my eyes and blend it out. Same with the edge closest to my lash line. I'm just gonna apply the darkest color right in there. I like this brush because it's flat so that I can kind of use it as an eyeliner. From the Flesh palette, I'm taking this shade right here, which is a nice shimmery shade, a very beautiful champagne color. There's a lot going on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna throw the champagne shade to the middle of my lids. What I immediately like about the champagne shade is that the metallic shades are very pearlescent and it blends really well with the rest of the eyeshadows that I applied earlier. Notice how I'm keeping the eyeshadow closest to my crease. I'm not going over my crease at all. So where the lines end is where I'm stopping the application of the eyeshadow. And now I'm going back to the Natural Love palette from Too Faced and taking the same nudie shade. I'm just going to blend everything together. Okay, it's time for eyeliner, and I'm using a Dip Brow Pomade for my eyeliner from Anastasia. This is the ebony shade that I actually use for my brows. The consistency is like a soft pomade. You can have a lot of leeway with it and moves really well the first 30 seconds to a minute or so, but once it dries, it sticks. So you don't have to worry about smearing or smudging. Apply this to my waterline. And the brush I'm using is actually an eyebrow brush from Anastasia. I started off with applying it into my waterline, and now I'm applying it onto my lash line. And then again, taking the same brown shade from the Flesh palette, I'm just going to soften up the eyeliner with an eyeshadow. This is a lip pencil brush, but I find that it's small enough to do eyeliner work. While I'm applying the same brown shade right here, I'm actually gonna go into the corner of my lips just to add a little bit of a shadow. This is what I call, ooh! And also right underneath my lips, just make them look poutier. And then right underneath my eyes, light gesture. I'm like not really applying a lot of product on there at all, because if you're not careful, it's gonna look like dark circles, but if you do it right, it looks like you're opening up your eyes. Next, I'm crimping my lashes and applying mascara. For lashes, I like to start off in the middle, and then I like to go like this to capture all the lashes on the outside. Mascara I'm using today is the Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I like this because it's waterproof and it always keeps my lashes perky. Now we have highlighting. This is the highlighting stick in Startle, and this is a highlighting powder in Boost from Flesh. I'm gonna swatch this just to see how I feel. Oh, it's glassy. Ooh, I like this. Now, this is creamy. I also really like that. It's very soft and subtle. The stick has a little bit more pigment in it, so I'm gonna just go for it. Apply it to the tip of my nose bridge, to the highest point of my cheeks. I like this a lot. It doesn't move around the other products that I had underneath it. Okay, so overall my consensus to this highlighting stick is It's beautiful. I really enjoy using it. Pigment is just right. And the color is nice and shimmery without making it look powdery at all. For my lips, there are two shades that I want to try out. This is in the color Peck, which is a really dark shade. And then this is in the color Moist, and it's like a peachy shade. I want to go for Peck today because I just rarely go for dark shades on my lip. Oh wait, what the heck? That has like barely any color. So dark on the tube. I'm really confused, but I'm not about it, you know? I'm just confused that like it's so dark here, but on my lips, what color would you say this is? Like a berry shade, huh? But it's still allowing my own lip color to peek through. I like it. I really like it. But I'm gonna try the other shade just for the hell of it. Wait, hold on a second. Dude, these lip colors are so light. Kind of barely see it, but it's there. You just kind of have to layer it over and over again. Okay, what do you guys think of this color? Do you like it? Yay, nay? Leave a comment below, let me know. The last color I want to try out is, it's in a different tube. It's in a round tube, and this is called Heart. This is a traditional red shade. This is creamy. I'm just using a Q-tip to soften the edges. This is actually my favorite color for this look. And here we have it. This is the completed look. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below which of these lipstick shades were you living for. We have Peck right here, which is a peachy shade. We have Heart, which is the one I have on my lips. And the first one that looked super dark in the tube, but it was more like a tint over my lips, called Peck. I feel like they're all different moods, but for whatever reason, I feel like the red and the yellow blush just looks really good together. This is my first impression on some of the Flesh products. Feel free to let me know what your own experience with them is in the comment section below. Also, let me know, did I pass or fail this Korean makeup look attempt using American products? This look is inspired by Kinda Cool from YouTube. I've watched a couple of her makeup videos and I loved how light-handed her makeup skills are, so I wanted to kind of practice that in my own channel. If you guys want to see more of these first impressions video, let me know, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!